Hello everyone and welcome to First Time Home Buyer or FTHB as we like to call it. I'm Anisha Natarajan and I'm back with our expert Sameer Jasuja to help you make the right calls on your property backed by data. So Sameer, welcome to the show.
Pleasure being here.
So let's begin and take a look at the markets we will cover today to give you your top picks in property. Gurugram will be covered in a budget of 80 lakh rupees. Now that's a large territory. Where exactly in Gurugram can you buy in that budget? Bengaluru, Yelahanka will be covered for budget homes, 25 to 30 lakh rupees. What are your top picks? We'll also take you to Andheri East, Mumbai. Here the budget is 1 crore rupees. Can we actually cull out 1 BHK or slightly larger apartments? Noida, in a budget of 90 lakh to 1 crore rupees, is there anything rent-worthy? Will it give you high rental yields? Bengaluru, Whitefield also covered today in a budget of 75 to 90 lakh rupees, one of the best markets for IT professionals. What are your top choices in that mid-range market? Mutera, Ahmedabad also on our list today in a budget of 80 to 95 lakh rupees. And finally, we've got Jaipur covered, Mansarovar extension, one of the best micro markets of Jaipur in a budget of 45 lakh rupees. All right, let's start with the first question. This is from Janabrata Roy. He's looking to buy his first home in Gurugram. Budget is 80 lakh rupees. So, big territory, Gurugram. Sameer, where do we take him? I know Dwarka Expressway is not recommended right now. So, is it new Gurugram?
Yeah, Manisha, this budget will perfectly fit into the new Gurgaon region where there are about 5,000 odd families now scheduled to move in this coming year and going to about 10,000 families by next year. There is a lot of good ready stock that is already available and a lot of under construction coming up which will be ready in the next year or two. This region is oversupplied because of a lot of launches that happened about 4 years ago. Social infrastructure is lacking at this point in time, and that's why we've given it a rating of 5. It will slowly come up and the rating will improve of this region because the connectivity is very good. Parkview Aranda is the first recommendation by Best Tech Group, Gurgaon 21 by Vatika Group and Vipul Lavanya by Vipul. All the three projects are ready to move in and available in the resale market.
So as I can see, the first recommendation that you've given, Parkview Ananda, Sameer, is slightly higher than the market price. But of course, this is a superior project. Vatika Group at the average market rate of 4,300 to 4,800. And then, of course, Vipul Lavanya slightly lower, or in fact, I would say quite a bit lower than average rates of this market at 4,800 at 4,100. So there you go, Mr. Roy. So there are these three markets, and of course, like we just said, that Manesar toll is going to go away. So connectivity is only going to improve in this market. Okay, let's take our next email. DJ Dodia has sent us a question for Bengaluru. He has picked Yelahanka and budget is 25 to 30 lakhs. So that's really an affordable home buyer. Yelahanka, Sameer, how's this market been doing in terms of, in returns, the weighted average price and ready move-in stock?
Manisha, as we all know that with the airport shifting to North Bangalore, this was the first micro market that witnessed a lot of new launches and it did very well on the appreciation charts as well up to 5 years ago. And now it still continues to be appreciating. That's the good part, but at a lower rate of 5%. It's adequately supplied because of the new launches that had happened at that time. It's an affordable market with really the IT job shifting to the north side. This becomes a very strategic location for the future and a good location to be in even as an investor. Pyramid Carnations is the first recommendation by Pyramid Homes, TMR Tulips by TMR Developers and the Gallery by Alicia Projects. One more point I'd like to make that the social infrastructure is reasonably good over here. So we have given this a rating of 6 odd because the infrastructure has been coming up here for quite some time and the connectivity, of course, is great.
All right, so 3 projects and here's the list. In fact, Sameer, I haven't heard you calling out an investment market in real estate for quite some time. So you mentioned that Yelahanka is actually...
It's about time we start doing that now.
All right, so Yelahanka in Bengaluru it is. It's been appreciating at 5%, which is much better than most of the NCR markets have appreciated in the last 3 years or so. Pyramid Carnations as the first recommendation by PropEquity. There's TMR Tulips by TMR Developers and Gallery by Alicia Projects. Most of these are from local developers because the budget is so small. So probably these are the newbies or developers who are able to deliver in that ticket price of 25 to 30 lakhs. Okay, from Bengaluru, let's head west to Mumbai. Rakesh Yadav wants to buy a 1 BHK apartment in Andheri East area and he's working with a budget of 1 crore rupees. Sameer, enough availability in that budget?
Yeah, Manisha, if you're looking for a 1 BHK, you can get options because you're going for a much smaller size. Andheri East is a good bet in this price point, most importantly because of its proximity to the Western Express Highway and the job creation zones of the BKC, as well as on the other side, the Malad region. And of course, Andheri itself is a big employment generation hub for affordable office spaces. This micro market has been an old micro market, so social infrastructure is reasonably decent. 7 is what we give it. The market is adequately supplied. And the 3 choices that you can consider are Vasant Oasis by Shade Creators. We have Kanakya Rainforest by Kanakya, and we have Nai Roshni by Eco Homes Group. Please keep in mind that some rates here are on super area and some on carpet area. So that's why you'll see a big deviation here.
All right, so Vasant Oasis, let's bring up that graphics. Completion date is 2018, and this one seems to be on super area. It's at 715 square feet. If I look at Kanakya Rainforest, now this is looking smaller, but then it is actually carpet area, and that's what Sameer just alerted all of us. 467 square feet, and also to be ready in 2018. Then the final one, which is Nai Roshni, is fitting in your budget as well, and as per data recommendation, this is one you could look at. Developers called Eco Homes Group, priced at, in fact, slightly higher, 28,000 rupees per square foot. 1 BHK here, carpet area sized at 409. Sameer, 3 projects there, but I must say, when I look at a 1 BHK size in Mumbai, in areas like Andheri East, I almost think that these should be affordable homes because area-wise, they're pretty much there, right? Not price-wise, though.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, Mumbai is even coming up with smaller sizes in these kind of locations.
Good Lord, lesser than 400 square feet carpet area. Yes. Okay, well then we'll keep an eye on Mumbai market, and probably, I mean, if you have anything lesser than 1 crore, don't even think of anything up to Andheri. Let's take a look at this email. Atul Kant, he's looking for an apartment in Noida costing 90 lakh to 1 crore to invest. He wants only those properties that can get him decent rental income. Sameer, that's the big challenge. Noida, decent rental income. Have rentals even improved beyond 3.5%? I mean, we consider 4% as fantastic rentals to get anywhere in NCR.
Manisha, 4% is even also on the higher side. It's typically between 2 to 2.5%. I would not recommend anybody to buy residential property for a rental return perspective. But however, since, for commercial buyers, you have to pay much more to get much larger floor plates, you can look at this. It's the best part of Noida. That's the positive, and it's a ready to move in market, what we are recommending with respect to the flats. So it's an undersupplied market. Infrastructure is great. The metro will also get operational this year itself. So we give it a rating of 7. All the employment generation IT parks are over here. So that's the good part. At least your apartment will get rented fairly quickly. We're recommending options which are all ready to move in, and some families are already staying there. So the rentability becomes better. Lotus Boulevard by 3C Group is the first recommendation. 3C has challenges, but this is a ready project where families are staying here. That's why we recommended. NRI Residency by SDS Infratech and Prateek Style Home by Prateek Buildtech are the 3 recommendations. Very good sectors to look at an investment option. But as I've always been saying, that Noida will take a long time to appreciate.
So all these 3 projects, Sameer, from the resale market, are they easily available in the resale market?
Yeah, Manisha, there is a lot of supply on the resale side. In fact, most of the transactions that have started to happen are happening in the resale market. And there are a lot of investors that had got stuck over there in Noida. and now they're looking for exits, so you'll get good options and good flats to even choose from in the resale market.
All right, so I can see that the ready availability or availability in ready stock is 1,625 apartments. That's a lot of apartments to choose from. So do negotiate hard, even from the investor who wants to get out of this property. And of course, you can expect some good deals in this market. One of the best livability index for Noida market. We're going to head into a break. Remember, you can send us your questions at home@nw18.com. We will continue taking your questions on the other side. We've got Ahmedabad and Jaipur coming up, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for staying with us on FTHP. Now, before you take that big step to buy a home to live in, open your email and drop us your details. We'll make sure you get the top choices in any market in your budget, backed with demand and supply data, location ratings, project credentials. Now, what more do you need? Let's take this question. Tech capital, Bengaluru. Jimmy John is looking for a 2 or 3 BHK home within a budget of 75 to 90 lakh rupees. He wants an area with good facilities. So, Samir Jasuja, essentially he wants a location with good livability index. Go ahead, tell us where can we fit him in.
One of our favorite affordable and mid markets happen to be Whitefield, Manisha. This is a micro market which hasn't appreciated too much because of the adequate supply, because of the fact that the end users are very happy over here, very close to the employment generation IT parks, great social infrastructure there. That's why it enjoys a rating of 7. And this area will continue to do well, although may not appreciate too much, but still remains a favorite for end users. We call this market an adequately supplied market. As I mentioned, even ready to move in stock has about 3,200 odd units. So a lot of choices to make over there. As we all know, most of the buyers in Bangalore are end users. They buy projects when they are almost ready. That's why almost all the time, you have a ready stock available with the developer, which is the situation here as well. We've got 3 recommendations for you. MGR Pearl by MGR Builders. This is a property which is getting ready this year itself. It's available directly with the developer, and that's the best part. Moving into a brand new property where you don't have to take any risks is probably the best time to buy a property, and it also adds some appreciation over the next 2 years, because as and when the complex gets fully occupied, there is bound to be some appreciation. Parimala Riviera by Vishnu Priya Group is the second recommendation. It's slightly higher in terms of price points, but again, project is getting ready this year, available with the developer. And lastly, we have Urban Forest. This project is going to take a little bit more time. It will be ready by 2018. It's more expensive as well because the amenities over here are much better. And this project is also available from the developer, but all 3 projects are fitting into your budget. That's the good part.
All right, so Jimmy, MGR Pearl by MGR Builders, first on the list, Parimala Riviera. There's also Vishnu Priya Group by Urban Forest, or Vishnu Priya Group is the second project. Urban Forest by Alembic Real Estate, pardon me, is your third pick. Samir, really, if I look at the Bengaluru market, every time we do the show, we hear of new developers. What's going on? I mean, these are some of the names of developers I've not heard before at all.
Manisha, that happens to be one micro market that has, not gone down like the other micro markets. There's always demand there because it's end user driven. Still a lot of IT jobs getting created over there with new demand in commercial space getting occupied. And this last 2 years have been the best years for commercial, which has led to a lot of demand for Bangalore as a city. Because mostly IT professionals are buying real estate in today's market.
Okay. All right. Manish Kumar's email. He wants to buy a house in Motera area of Ahmedabad. He has a budget of 85 to 90 lakhs. So this is close to the airport, isn't it, Samir?
Yes, Manisha, it's got a great social infrastructure as well. There's a cricket stadium in this micro market, besides a lot of good engineering colleges, including the temporary campus of IIT Ahmedabad happens to be in this micro market. And the InfoCity, which is the key employment generator and growth driver for Ahmedabad, is also not very far away, only 10 to 15 minutes by car. And this market is undersupplied because of, we're talking about ready to move in projects as such, and the infrastructure is so good that we've given it a rating of 7.5. Although all of us can completely agree that Gujarat actually enjoys one of the best social infrastructures in the whole country in terms of cities. The recommendation that we are giving you are two, and you had shortlisted one project, and we can definitely say you can go ahead with this project. That's the Kalirit Towers by Navpad Buildcon in Motera region. This project is available in the resale market, and surprisingly it's getting ready in 2018. So one of the very few projects that have got sold off before getting ready in Ahmedabad. Typically that market also behaves like the Bangalore market. Sham Serenity by Sham Developers is the second recommendation. It's a much cheaper project and it's been ready for 3 years, available in the resale market. And lastly, we have Sharan Sapphire by Rush Wave Infrastructure. This is also a project that is about 15% cheaper than the choice that you had made. Ready in 2016. It's available directly with the builder. So these two choices you can make if you want to look at ready to move in options. Yes, Motera is a good location, undersupplied as far as ready to move in stock is also concerned.
Okay, glad to hear that Motera is going to get an IIT, or Ahmedabad is actually going to get an IIT soon. Here are the projects recommended by PropEquity for Ahmedabad Motera, a location which gets a high rating of 7.5 on livability. The first two of these projects are available in the resale market, and last one is available from the developer. So there's Kalatit Towers by Navpad Buildcon, there's Sham Serenity by Sham Developer, and Sharan Sapphire by Rishabh Dev Infrastructure. Okay, from Gujarat to Rajasthan, that's not far away. We're talking about Jaipur now. Supriyo Dhali has emailed that he has shortlisted a project called Anukampa Platina in the Mansarovar extension area and is asking us to rate his pick. His budget is 45 lakh rupees. This is a good builder there, isn't it?
Yes, Manisha, let's talk about the region a little bit first. This is affordable micro market, very close to two very good micro markets, which is Vaishali Nagar and Mansarovar, which are trading at much higher weighted average prices. So this becomes the next best bet if you want to look at affordable options. The price variation between this micro market and Mansarovar, this is Mansarovar extension, and Mansarovar and Vaishali Nagar is upwards of 20–25%. So that way we like the market adequately supplied, rating of 6, because it enjoys the social infrastructure of Mansarovar and Vaishali Nagar as well. The project that you have shortlisted definitely gets a go-ahead from our side. It's a ready project available in the resale market. The developer is reasonably good and it's very affordable. It's 3,200 to 3,500 rupees a square foot. So it's below the weighted average price of the market as well. Aroma is the second project, again Mangalam Group, one of the most reputed developers out of Jaipur, offering a project that has been ready, and still there is options available from the developer at 3,500 odd rupees a square foot. And lastly, we have Naman Residency by Vibrant Pink City Buildcon. This project is getting ready this year and about 10% odd cheaper than the weighted average price of the market, and it's available at about 41 lakhs, which is lower than your budget as well.
All right, Samir. So hopefully all of these projects will get re-rated, because, you know, Jaipur is in that race to complete its smart city tag. I mean, it's already started the work on it. So here are 3 projects recommended by PropEquity, actually 2 recommended by PropEquity and 1 given a go-ahead. So Platina by Anukampa Builders gets a go-ahead, Aroma by Mangalam Group, and Naman Residency by Vibrant Pink City Buildcon are the 2 projects as well that you can buy. So entire Jaipur markets, I mean, tier 2 cities per se have moved up even less than tier 1 cities, isn't it, over the last 3 years? Or would you say that it's been equally slow?
Manisha, it has been slow. Really speaking, the interest of the investors is not really there in real estate markets, and that's also a big driving force in tier 2 markets. So yes, because the supply was limited and the focus of most of the developers was in tier 1 cities, they haven't got hit that badly, but nonetheless there has been hardly any appreciation in the tier 2 markets as well.
Okay. All right, so here's another different kind of query. Manish has sent us an email. He booked a flat in ATS project, picturesque reprieves in Sector 152 in Noida. Delivery date is 2020, pardon me. Now, Manish says he has heard that the project is not getting approved by the lender. SBI has not yet furnished details of payment of installments on land released. Well, concerned Manish wants to know whether the project will go ahead or should he get refund of his booking. So we reached out to the management of ATS because they have a pretty strong reputation in this market. And this is what we heard back from Gitambar Anand, CMD ATS Infrastructure. This project is in 4 phases and we've launched phase 1, which is RERA registered and has all the permissions. We should be commencing construction early next month and will deliver possession in 5 years. Funding is available from all banks for this particular project. So essentially, I think, Sameer, most developers are now taking the safe route. I know that ATS delivers projects in 3.5 years maximum, but they've also gone ahead and given a 5-year completion date because no one wants to be on the wrong side of RERA, isn't it?
No, you're absolutely right. All developers are taking adequate precaution not to be caught with the RERA authorities and paying undue amount of penalties, and the penalties can also lead to imprisonment. They are now on cost of the project, so they can be in hundreds of crores as well. So nobody, I think, in the right mind will take any chance with the new projects going forward. The only thing that I'd like to say is there's so much ready availability in the market in Noida. Unless you're going in for a subvention scheme and there are financial challenges that you have while you're getting your possession, that's the only area where we recommend you to go in for under construction projects in the Noida region.
But I'm sure,
just
though,
keep that in mind.
Absolutely. But if he is going for an under construction project, I think then ATS is at least a good, safe name to go with.
Yes.
Well,
it is by far the best developer in the NCR region, and especially in Noida.
All right, Sameer D'Souza, thank you very much for joining us here to take all our questions which have come in. Well, we also have a real estate page dedicated to buyers and sellers on money control, so you can actually keep a close tab on all developments by logging on there. That's a wrap from us. Keep writing into us, and of course call us if you've got any questions. Thank you so much for joining us.